Welcome back to the Brighton Chamber Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Harris, and today I'm joined by Lisa Paparelli and Carly Jakubowski. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
What is Core Sports?
So Core Sport Pilates Fitness Studio started in 2007 in downtown Plymouth. I was not the original owner. I actually started there as a client in 2010. Loved it so much, decided I was basically never going to leave there. I was not a Pilates instructor just yet. I didn't take a teacher training program until 2013, 2014. And I ended up buying the business in 2015. Now a decade later, we're doing our first sort of expansion, trying to get a second location out into the world. And this opportunity came along to be a part of Michigan Elite, which is a larger facility here in Brighton. And so we are the Pilates studio within the larger gym space. So that's kind of like just a brief history of it.
Yeah. So that's how you got involved. But Carly, how did you join Core Sport?
So I started as a fitness instructor part-time back in, I think it was 2007. And the original owner asked me to come teach about 2010, about the same time, I guess Lisa came on board. And I've been teaching at Core Sport ever since. I recently quit my full-time job, my corporate job, to become Lisa's manager, help her expand, and also teach full-time, which I love. I got to pursue my passion finally. So
Awesome. As I was doing some research, I saw that there was different types of Pilates, which I had no idea that there would actually be different types. So could you tell me more about what exactly those are?
Sure. Joseph Pilates, the inventor of the method, he originally did not want his work to be called Pilates. It was supposed to be called Contrology. And it is based on essentially 34 original mat exercises. So that is mat Pilates, just like you'd roll out a yoga mat. And it basically you and gravity. You don't need any extra equipment. You don't need any props, although we do add them in a lot of times. But you have the mat Pilates. That's essentially where it all starts. From there, they have the apparatus, which Joseph Pilates, sort of did his own inventions for that are meant to help assist you when you take your work back to your Pilates mat. So they add spring resistance, they add moving parts, pieces, all to help you, what we call close the chain of the exercise. So we give you something to push, something to pull, something to connect your body with the work. Whether you're pushing out springs with your legs or your arms, and there's we do say mat work, but there's a lot of standing work. And it's meant to kind of move your body and work your body in all planes and in all relationships to gravity. So if you're laying down, you're standing up, you're going to invert, you're going to roll over, you're going to do all the different shapes of the spine and of the body. So there's the tower. It's a wall apparatus that we have. There's a reformer, which is a freestanding sort of bed that glides on a carriage and has wheels and springs and straps. It looks like a torture device. Everyone always says that when they see it, and the tower as well. There's other equipment that we have in our Plymouth location too. There's a piece of equipment called the Cadillac, which kind of has just a funny, name because Joseph Pilates was always sort of tinkering and created this piece of equipment. And I think the story is that his friends kind of made fun of him and said, "Oh, Joe's got a new toy. He's got a new Cadillac." And so he's like, "That's what I'll call it," So there's that, and that's an apparatus where you can hang from and you can suspend from. A lot of pulling up exercises that you don't get when you're on the mat. So it's really a fully encompassing, full body workout, and all of the apparatus is really important to use because it's just the mat work or just the reformer work is just one element of it.
Mm-hmm. So when you talk about the mat exercises and them being you versus gravity, essentially, it kind of reminds me of like calisthenics and stuff. What's the difference between like Pilates and calisthenics or versus like machine exercises? What's the benefit of Pilates versus those?
So because we are faced with gravity every single day, right? Joseph Pilates had us basically get down to the ground. And if you lay anatomically neutral on your back, all of your organs have space to kind of figure out where they need to be anatomically neutral and relaxed, sort of. And then we work from that angle. So everything that we do laying down is in an effort to make us better at it when we're vertical, when we're standing up. So Pilates it can be a little, like you say, calisthenics, it can be a bit of cardio, right? But it's not its bread and butter. It's full body effort, coordinating your movement of all of your limbs, coordinating your breath with your movements, and again, playing with gravity. Like, can I pick my upper body up and reach for my feet? Can I pick my feet up and reach them over my head? And a lot of times that's very challenging for people. And that's where the apparatus comes in, or a teacher or a trainer or somebody to assist you with the movements. It's definitely, the spring resistance offers not really like using weights, right? But it puts the strain on it's the resistance training that we all need as we age. So it's definitely meant to combat aging. You got to put stress on your bones in order to keep them strong. You got to put weight on full body, body weight exercises, of course, but adding in the spring resistance is something that's going to give you a little extra edge on, doing just rather than just doing the work without. And then, of course, when you take your work after the tower or the reformer back to the mat, that's essentially where it starts to feel, I don't want to say the word easier, but where you start to connect those things, where if you can find more length through your legs maybe feel a little lighter, and your arms can feel a little lighter, and your upper body you can pick yourself up away from the floor, away from the ground, or get yourself out of bed every day, So it's very functional movement based as well. It's all in an effort to make everything else that you do in your daily life better, whether it's, if you're an elite athlete, or if you're picking up your grandkids, or just chasing kids around, or, if you're just trying to get through life every single day, walking, running, whatever other activities that you're doing. A lot of people are playing pickleball right now, or, obviously golf. It's going to improve your golf game, help you be a more well-rounded athlete. But yeah, it's just beneficial for every system of your body, every function of your body.
Definitely. Carly, would you like to add anything to that?
I think Lisa summed that up pretty well. It is. It's all for all levels too. It's a really great way to be able to find mobility, flexibility, and strength all at once. And the apparatus that we use, especially in our Brighton location, help you find that too. It's a very especially, we find that there are people that come to us who've never even worked out before, and this is the first time that they've ever moved their body in a way. And so, it can be a very gentle way to introduce somebody to movement, healthy movement. Or we have athletes, we have professional athletes that we train over there, and, we are able to help them move better in their sport. We have our trainers are specialized and stuff like that. So yeah, but Lisa summed it up. The difference like between Pilates and other exercises is movement of the spine, healthy movement, functional movement in order to supplement you through your life.
So, mind you, I'm in my 20s. My idea of Pilates is I picture from the 80s, everyone in the outfits and the really old VHS tapes of everyone kind of just on stage doing all that. What are some common misconceptions of it that I imagine it's changed a lot since then.
Yeah. The main thing I notice right now, I think Pilates is having a bit of a moment. It's kind of a buzzword out there. I think there's some studies that have been done that's showing it's on the rise. You're seeing Pilates studios pop up everywhere. It's definitely not always apples and apples when you're comparing, teachers and and studios and things like that. One of the common misconceptions, though, I think, is that it's this girly workout, that it is this ballerina. You have to have this long, sleek body to be able to do Pilates. And I'm here to tell you that is not the case. Joseph Pilates was a gymnast and a boxer. He trained military. He was a functional movement expert. He studied it. And it was definitely never really intended to be just for women. It was always for men, and he obviously designed by him. So he brought it to New York, and it took off, right? And it was very embedded in the dance community. That's where a lot of the people who were trained under him directly took it out into the world more and trained a lot of dancers. But it is for everyone. It is, you don't have to have this perfect body. I'm here to tell you, you do not, to be able to practice this method. It's just an amazing method of exercise. And I think it gets some people can get hung up on what it looks like and what the Instagram world will show you and it is beautiful. It can be very beautiful movement, but it also, like, I look at Instagram sometimes, I'm like, oh, that's not what I look like when I do that, but I'm still accomplishing the exercise. I'm still, a version of it still exists for me in my own body. And I really want people to understand that, you don't have to have this perfect little aerobics outfit, and you just come as you are. And Pilates, just like any other training methodology, will meet you where you are. You just have to start, and you will get stronger if you're consistent and you just keep doing it.
Carly, what do you think?
It's so funny because one of the things I get the most when I tell them that I'm a Pilates instructor, or I tell them that they should try Pilates, they always say, "Oh, well, I really need to work my flexibility before I show up, or I really need to start, I just want to start with the gym first before I show up." And that's not the case. I always use the analogy of you don't like go and start trying to play guitar before you take guitar lessons. You go to take guitar lessons to learn to play guitar. So it's the same thing. You just have to show up, like Lisa said. You show up. We meet you where you are. We are able to work with all levels. And like I mentioned before, somebody who has never exercised before, they can't touch their toes. They can't even get down on the floor and back up very well. And that's okay. They've never had to do that before, but now they want a better quality of life. And that's where they come to us. So yeah, it is definitely one of those methods that we will definitely help you no matter what level you're at, and just stay consistent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's huge because, like, I feel like gym culture, especially, you see stuff online and everyone who posts videos at least are in shape, and you go to the gym and there's a ton of in shape people, and there's that insecurity, that I don't look like that, therefore I don't belong in the gym, or I don't belong, doing Pilates because I don't look like the people in the videos or anything like that. So that's awesome. You guys are trying to meet people where they're at and, just encourage them to start. That's the most difficult part.
I always say the first time you walk through the door, you already did the first class, you already did the hardest part. There's a flight of stairs you have to get up at both locations. So once you get up those stairs, I'm like, you already did the hardest part. You're in the door. Now let's get to work,
Yeah. So what are some new trends that you guys are seeing in Pilates? Because, I mean, I can still, like I said earlier, I'm still just picturing the 80s, setup. So what has changed since then? I imagine like over 40 years now?
Well, if you go back to, the way Joseph Pilates originally intended the work, you can definitely find what's called more like classical Pilates. Nowadays, there's more contemporary versions of that. There's, different machines, different manufacturers, different types of things. So there's just a whole world of movement out there that can be adapted from Joseph Pilates' original work and still be Pilates and still be, the common thread of what we're trying to accomplish. And it's definitely, like I said, it's having a moment right now where there's just a lot of people putting their adaptation on it. which, I mean, if it gets people moving, that makes me happy ultimately, right? I want everybody to be doing Pilates of some kind, and or movement and working and doing hard things. You have to be able to do hard things. So a lot of classical Pilates is hard things, and it's not pleasant and it's not fun. And you have to have that mindset of pushing through to get through even the frustrating exercises, where I think sometimes people just want to make it fluffy. I think that kind of can be a thing right now. We just want it to look good, and we want to sweat, and we want to grunt, and we want to say we worked our body really hard and we did 25 squats, 100 squats, 100 lunges, whatever it is. It's that's like kind of a trend right now too, where it's like just trying to be hard for the sake of being hard, when if you do Pilates the way that Joseph Pilates intended it, it's hard on its own, but there's no reason to make it harder. You know what I mean? Not to overcomplicate things. It's really simple. I think that's one of the trends too, is people trying to make it really like overly complex. It's not. It's very simple movement.
So going back to your new studio in Brighton, how many different instructors do you guys have on staff?
There's 4 of us currently in Brighton. Those are part of the Plymouth. Those of us are part of the Plymouth staff as well. And then total, there's in total about 13, 12 or 13 of us.
Okay. So there's multiple classes, multiple different styles, I imagine.
Yeah, everyone, if and not everyone is trained exactly the same way, which I think is part of the beauty of it too. Certain things are going to resonate with clients for the particular way someone cues something or teaches something, or my classes are kind of notorious for being good cop, bad cop. Like I'll do something really hard, and then I'll do something that feels really good, like a really good stretch, a really good, hands-on kind of rotation, or something that is like, and then we go back to something really hard. And so I do that a lot in my classes. And some people are, if everyone's trained a little bit differently, we kind of all come together and become this melting pot of like just really good practice and really good movement and really good people, really good energy, and a good little, you get a little community vibe,
So Carly, Lisa says she's good cop, bad cop. What's your style?
She's just all bad cop.
I wouldn't say I'm bad. I'm nice.
You're not nice.
I just make people do really hard stuff.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, I mean, and Lisa's right though. We all have our own teaching style, and it's actually really fun because I think our clients, they get to pick and choose like what they want to do. Like we have an instructor who, she has a physical therapy background. So her approach to things is a little different than, my approach, which is, I was an athlete once upon a time at college. So, for me, it's like, if I'm going to show up, I want a hard workout. So that's what I give my clients. And then Lisa, like she said, it is a good cop, bad cop. She gets the little yummy, stretchy parts, and then she gets the parts where you're like, oh my God,
Cursing.
questioning your life for a second. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what people want. That's what people are paying for, to get
Absolutely.
results like that. So talking more about the new studio in Brighton, where exactly is it?
If you're on Grand River, just before you get into downtown area here, it is, if you know where the Kensington Valley, what used to be Kensington Valley Ice House, that's pretty much the landmark there. It is now called the Big B Ice Cube. So that's the ice arena there. And just the property just in front of that is right off on Grand River. And that is a brand new facility called Michigan Elite Sports Academy. It, I don't know the square footage, but it's a huge building. It's beautiful. It's brand new construction. We have the Pilates space in that facility on the second floor, and just one big room for Pilates. But this whole facility, it's behind the Big B Coffee and in front of the Big B Ice Cube. So it's kind of nestled right in there, but you can't miss the building once you drive back into the property. It is designed for student athletes originally, right? So they have the academy, they have the students there that are doing their school, and they're so embedded in their lifestyle of we're doing school, but we're training to be athletes also. So this facility has really beautiful locker rooms, cold plunge, sauna. Of the school facility, obviously the training facility, which is state of the art, really nice, beautiful equipment in there, and they are training athletes. And then we have the Pilates space upstairs. Obviously, that is like I said, for the athletes, but also for the general public, for all the the Brighton community to come in and check us out.
So if people become a member of Core Sport, do they have access to the other stuff, or is it like a separate?
There would be a separate add-on to that. And I know there's some founding member sort of specials going on right now too. So that's a big thing to consider too. You can come and just be a member of the gym. You can come and just be a member of Pilates. You can just buy packages for Pilates. You don't have to commit monthly or anything like that either if you don't want to. But they go hand in hand. So it's an option.
Sweet. So for that, where would be like a good spot for people to go and either sign up or say even get more information?
You can email either myself or Carly, Lisa at coresportstudio.com, Carly at coresportstudio.com. You can give us a call. You can text us. Whatever. You can stop in. I recommend maybe just a call, but to make sure we're there exactly and able to help you, not teaching a class or something. We could definitely set up an appointment if they want to just come and see the space. And if they want to schedule a private one-on-one session to start with, or we do have an introductory week offer for unlimited group classes for $59. So you can do too. So that kind of gives you can't get Pilates all in one visit. You can't, I mean, some people do though. I love it. Sign me up. But, generally speaking, I like people to try more than 1, 2, or 3 classes if they can. You have to really understand that it's a system and a process, and it's not something that you're going to grasp all at once, maybe. So you need to experience a bit of it.
Definitely.
To know if you like it.
Yeah. And we'll be sure to include all those emails and phone numbers and everything in the description. So anybody driving right now, don't try writing it down. It'll be there for you.
Yeah.
So Lisa, Carly, as we're wrapping up here, is there anything else you'd like to mention?
Please give us a try. We understand that, if you've tried Pilates in the past and you might not be, you know, all sold on it, maybe just, try a different studio, try our studio. I think that you're going to like it. We do have our small group classes is what we specialize in. So we limit our classes, our apparatus classes to no more than 6 people most. And so we are able to give that individual attention to people. We're able to help them out if they have injuries, if they're struggling with anything, or like we touched on before, if you're just brand new to working out, we keep it small, we keep it personalized. So, and you can go to, like Lisa said, any of the websites, MichiganEliteSports.com is what it is. Sorry, excuse me. And you can check us out there.
Well, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.